Bernsey now.
08000 66 5959.
Or email bernsey@bbc.co.uk. BBC Radio Humberside.
Now on the programme, we're going to talk about a new centre that is coming to our way. We're going to talk to Sarah Daniel, who's a consultant neurological physiotherapist and director of MOTIONrehab Centre, and there is one coming our way. Or is actually here, if I'm going to be factually correct. Let's find out what, because this is fairly cutting-edge stuff, find out what goes on at a MOTIONrehab centre. There is one based in our area, in Hull, and let's talk to Sarah now. Sarah, thanks for your time today. Welcome to the programme. Tell us what goes on. What do you do at a MOTIONrehab centre?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to chat with you, and good afternoon. We provide rehabilitation for individuals who've had injury, illness or disease to their brain, their spinal cord, or individuals that have conditions that affect their nervous system. And patients usually attend physiotherapy and they have maybe hands-on treatment and exercise. But over the last couple of years, I've been reviewing how we deliver our rehabilitation and recognise that patients need to do lots of practice, lots of repetitions to help them improve and regain the ability to walk or use their hands. So we have open facilities using state-of-the-art robotics and virtual reality devices that allow the patients to do huge repetitions that helps the brain and the nervous system rewire so they get better quicker. We have a facility in Leeds, and we have just taken the opportunity to expand our service and open another state-of-the-art facility in Hull, down at the Warner Centre on Pickering Road. This facility has the latest technology, which includes what's called a gait trainer made by Tyromotion. It's a Lexo, and patients are strapped into it, and the robot teaches them how to walk again by doing lots of practice and lots of repetitions. So instead of having 2 or 3 therapists holding somebody up who might be paralysed, the machine can do that, take their weight and allow them to do thousands of steps rather than walking a few steps across a room. And the most exciting thing is that patients get better much quicker.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you there. I apologise for that. I have a terrible habit of doing it. I don't know why they let me loose sometimes. But so when you say they do thousands of steps, do they literally do the steps with the robot?
So the robot has what's called, it's an end effector. It has platforms that take the patient through a natural walking pattern, but the machine takes some of their body weight. So the machine doesn't do it for them. It's not passive. They have to hold themselves up, but with a little bit of support. But it means that instead of having 2 therapists holding somebody up and preventing them falling over, the machine will hold them there and take them through the steps. So usually when we're rehabbing somebody who's had a stroke or a spinal injury, it's very difficult and really very physical work for the therapist. They've got to hold somebody's body weight, whereas this robot will hold the weight, and it means that the patient can walk lots of repetitions, lots of continuous steps, rather than kind of managing 5, 10, 20 and then sitting down, because actually it's probably the therapists that are more tired than the patient. And this facility in Hull is the first place in the whole of the UK to have this equipment on site, and actually it's the only outpatient facility in the entire world that has this selection of robots and virtual reality devices to help people get better after these kind of conditions.
I wonder whether you might be getting a call from Hull Kingston Rovers and their player Mossy Massoy, who at one point looked as though he couldn't walk at all, but he has started walking. It sounds like this might be right up his street.
Yeah, we've been tracking his progress because he's been doing phenomenal work in his rehabilitation, so congratulations to him. And what this allows is for somebody to do those high repetitions. They need to rewire the nervous system, but it does it in a perfectly natural walking pattern, so you get all the joints in the right places at the right time to do their job. And it's a fantastic facility that will be available to individuals across the region, kind of Humberside, North Lincolnshire. And we're seeing an increasing demand because obviously the capacity in the NHS for rehabilitation really is at stretched to its maximum because of the COVID situation. And increasingly we're seeing people post-COVID coming to us to help to get their strength back, their walking, their balance, using these devices.
Right. Okay. Is this do you have to pay for this, or can you get it funded through the NHS? That's a big question for a lot of people.
I can imagine it is. The answer to that
Sorry,
is both.
Sarah.
So, no, that's okay. The answer to that is both. So we do have patients that are privately funded, and increasingly, particularly this year, given the circumstances, we're seeing increasing number of patients being funded by the NHS. So it just unfortunately depends on the individual circumstances and the goals of rehabilitation. But invariably, we're seeing patients for both private and NHS rehabilitation coming to our centre.
Excellent.
The other exciting thing is that actually, given the current climate, we've actually been able to create new jobs within the region and opening up employment opportunities for people to join our team.
Right. Have you still got, how many jobs have you created, and have you still got some vacancies?
So we've currently created 4 new jobs within the rehabilitation sector, and then we're anticipating probably looking at another recruitment drive heading into the spring.
Excellent. So what sort of qualifications might people need? Well, they can just sort of mentally file this away, think, I'll keep my eye on that.
So anybody with a therapy background, so physiotherapists and occupational therapists working within the field, and then the other individuals we've had come on board have come from a sports science, sports education background, and they come with a real knowledge of exercise and how that works with individuals, and then we're doing the teaching and training to help them understand the people that we work with.
I like the sound of this. I'm going to tell my colleagues at BBC Look North, because this sounds world leading stuff if it's the first in the world.
First in the world as an outpatient, and first in the UK with the Lexo device on site. And obviously we're in a position where we can still support individuals with rehabilitation during this current lockdown, obviously with the relevant PPE in place, which for many of our clients that's really important, because without the essential rehabilitation, being able to do things for themselves like get in and out of bed, on and off a toilet, or even feed themselves is a real priority for them. So it's great that we can support them during the lockdown as well.
Fantastic. Where can people, is there a website people can check out more?
They can visit us on our website, which is MOTIONrehab.co.uk, and they can also find us at the Warner Centre, which is on the Pickering Road, based down in Hull.
Lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for sparing us some time today. All the best to you and your colleagues and everybody that's in the situation where they have to use the facility. So thank you for your time, Sarah.
Likewise. Okay, good
all
to
the
speak
best.
with you.
I hope we'll talk again, and I will tell my colleagues at BBC Look North. Thank you for that. Sarah Daniel, Director of the Motion Rehab Centre, a consultant neurological physiotherapist. If you have any thoughts on that, what do you make of that? It's good stuff for the area. Do let us know.